Helen Fisher, author of The Anatomy of Love, The Natural History of Monogamy, Adultery, and Divorce, studied worldwide data on marriage and divorce, and noticed that although the median duration of marriage was 7 years of the couples who divorced, most did so around their 4th year together. She speculates that the 4-year divorce peak among modern humans may represent the remains of an ancestral reproductive strategy to stay bonded at least long enough to raise a child through infancy and early toddlerhood. On top of this, the in-love stage lasts around 16 months at most, and once this stage wears off, the sexual fervor and obsessive focus on one another begins to decline. Fisher's studies show we have a natural weak point in our monogamous unions. By understanding the susceptibility in our human nature, we might become better able to anticipate and perhaps be able to avoid the 4-year itch. Why do humans retain traces of their natural reproductive pattern by typically divorcing on the 4th year of marriage? In more contemporary hunter-gatherer societies, women tend to bear their children 4 years apart. Moreover, in these societies, after a child is weaned at around age 4, the child often joins a playground and is cared for by older siblings and relatives. This care structure allows unhappy couples the ability to break up and find a more suitable partner. In fact, serial pair bonding may have been beneficial to survival among our ancestors because having more than one partner produces offspring with greater genetic variety and a wider range of skills. Hence, in the changeable environment of ancient Africa, some offspring would have had a better chance of enduring. Therefore, serial monogamy evolved as adaptations to promote fitness rather than ends in themselves. According to anthropologist Helen Fisher, the evolution of the brain processes responsible for romantic love are designed for humans with shorter lifespans. Pair bonding was created as a way to mate and pass along genetics, not sustain longer than life marriages, as we now see with 40 to 60-year marriages. She asserts that we are physically built for serial monogamy, not monogamy that lasts longer than 5 to 7 years. If mating drives our romantic love's root, and happiness is an emotion to create a pair bond for the purpose of raising children throughout infancy, then happiness does not play an evolutionary role for longer than original lifespan marriages. Therefore, our societal marital dilemma is that we are trying to make evolution bend to our will. Because of the consequences of this resistance, it is important to understand how evolution affects marriage. Evolution can interfere with marital bliss in 3 main ways. Through conferring different goals on men and women, through evolving relationship structures that promote inclusive fitness rather than happiness, and by way of a mismatch between current possibilities, example lifespan, and evolved adaptations. Here's an example of a mismatch between evolved sexual adaptations and relationship happiness from Sandberg's Neuroenhancements of Love and Marriage, the Chemicals Between Us. Sandberg says the height of a male's sexual peak is from 18 to mid-20s, and the height of a woman's sexual peak is from 35 to 44. The evolutionary reasons behind this are reproduction. The sexual appetite long-term for women and men shift. studies have shown that female desire for sexual intimacy decreases as a relationship continues, while the male desire appears constant. By being honest with ourselves, that we are all capable of succumbing to our human natures that can go against our idealistic, romantic views of love, if we allow it. We can make sure we do not place ourselves in certain situations that can cause infidelity, and work on keeping the spark alive in our marriages without the fear that work means there's a lack of love or compatibility. All relationships are work. Please look to my video called How to Prevent Lackluster Relationships and Possible Breakups to learn more. See you there.